party, forgive me, that is encouraging this kind of thing. It is the Democrat Party that's home to all of these mobs. It's the Democrat Party, Mrs. Clinton herself, who said that being uncivil at this point in time is entirely proper and understandable. It's the time to go back to civility will be after the Democrats win. You've got bought and paid for operatives by Mrs. Clinton money showing up at Trump rallies, trying to make them look like deranged Trump supporters. The Democrats are even paying people to draw swastikas on American flags and waving them around, made to look like deranged lunatic Trump supporters. And so in the midst of this atmosphere, we have this series of bombs that were supposedly sent today exclusively to Democrats. And there's a smell test that this stuff has to pass. And so far, a lot of people's noses are in the air, not quite certain what to make of this. This is just, it's not Republicans that show up, for example, at the offices of the family, some pro-life groups' offices. Some guy shows up with a gun and was going to shoot people, got caught before he was able to shoot it. Family Research Center, I think, yeah. Republicans just don't do this kind of thing, even though every event like mass shootings. Remember, every mass shooting there is, the Democrats and the media try to make everybody think right off the bat that some Tea Partier did it or some talk radio fan did it or some Fox News viewer did it. Turns out it's never, ever the case. Not one of these bombs went off. And if a Democrat operative's purpose here is to make it look like, hey, there are mobs everywhere. The mobs are not just Democrat mobs. I mean, look at this. You've got people here trying to harm CNN and Obama and Hillary and Bill Clinton and Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz. And, it might serve a purpose here. And by the way, guess what's also not in the news now? And that's the other mob that's finding its way north through Mexico, attempting to crash the U.S. border at or near Election Day. That story is off. And I'll tell you, there's another story that's not being covered right, and that is the declining blue wave that was supposedly automatic and going to happen a week ago and a month ago. But we're not going to let this sidetrack us. We are not going to be distracted. There's only so much you can say about this incident until we have more information about it. Speculating would be fun, but since we condemn all bombs here at the EIB network, we don't want to go too far down this road. I do know that people want to weigh in on it on the phones, and we'll get some of that in right now. Starting in Atlanta, this is Tanya, and you are first up with us. How are you doing? Hi.
Hi, Rush. Great to be on your show.
You bet.
Love your show. A little nervous.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold it. Why are you nervous?
I listen to you every day. I'm 49. I listen to you in carpool. Love your show.
Well.
Waiting for my daughter. She loved your book.
Well, thank you. See, you shouldn't be nervous. You're here every day. This should be like just talking to a buddy.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I'm also married to a golf pro at a private club here in Atlanta. So, what I wanted to say...
Married to what?
A golf pro here in Atlanta.
A golf pro?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's impressive. That is impressive.
Yeah. Well, he works hard, as you know they do. He used to work for Mr. Ford at Seminole, so...
No kidding. Bob Ford? He works for Bob Ford at Seminole?
He used to, yes, sir. Yes.
Wow. Bob Ford is one of the all-time great golf instructors. He's at Oakmont. He's at Seminole down here. I think he's quasi-retired. He's one of the nicest, just a genuinely nice person. Bob Ford, I've seen him, talk to him quite a bit. He's even given me a couple of just random little lessons when he's seen me take a swing that didn't look good. He's just a great guy. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. He's a unique fellow. So I feel like I do know you.
See, I had to tell you that. That way we had a connection. But what I want to say is, I heard you say last week, there's 2 weeks to the midterms. Let's see what happens, and here we go. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't happen if somebody didn't put those bombs out, but the chances of 6 bombs being put out, Soros's yesterday, none detonates, and I don't even know if they found any evidence yet, so we'll see who they actually blame for this, but I really don't trust these people at all. They're just they'll do anything to gain power back, as Lindsey Graham said, so it's disgusting to watch, to be honest.
I'll tell you, I'm happy to hear you say that. When events like this happen, I always wonder what the reaction is going to be from people who are actively engaged in these events each and every day and informed about them. And your reaction gives me great solace and comfort, because your reaction is pure common sense. If somebody really wanted to hurt somebody with a bomb, there's ways to do it. This is not how you do it. These bombs haven't gone off. These are pipe bombs. Some of them are large, some of them are small. We don't yet know what was in them, like what was shrapnel, what kind of, was it tacks, was it nails, was it buckshot? We don't know any of this yet. None of these bombs would have been capable of taking out a building. They were not big enough to be bombs that do structural damage. If they went off, they could have killed some people, given their size. So, but none of them did go off, and they were discovered mostly in distribution centers by the post office. And I'll tell you what, if this is real, Tanya, if this is real, whoever did this is going to be nabbed by the end of the week, and we're going to know who it is.
I agree.
If it's real,
honestly, at this point, I'm so distrusting in people. I wouldn't put it past them to pay somebody off. I really am so distrusting of the Democrats. So anyway, we have another 10 days. So let's see what else they put out there next.
Well, exactly. This is why I was telling people back in June and July, the polls here really don't matter a hill of beans. I think, however, the polls now do. Not so much in accurately, without any doubt, predicting a winner, but the polls today can be highly influential in decisions and action taken by political people. Now, I love Tanya. Thank you very much for calling, and again for mentioning Bob Ford. He really is one of the finest guys anybody could ever meet.